Hello and welcome to a video tutorial on hping. Hping is a nice little Linux application that allows you to craft your own IP packets, whether that be TCP, UDP, ICMP, whatever it is. You can pretty much craft and get those packets to do what you want them to do. Things like ICMP redirects, SIM flooding, anything you like really. What I tend to find it useful for is testing latency against gaming servers. I work in the network support industry for an ISP in the UK, and quite often we'll get a customer call us up with a latency problem, maybe a WoW customer. Blizzard's network, for instance, doesn't respond to ICMP, so it makes it really difficult for us to then check for latency against the customer's game server that is connected to. There is a way that we could do that using this particular tool, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. Also, so as you can see, hping.org, to go and pick up the tool, there should be a download section somewhere. Also, there's another website called sprawl.org, which is not my website, but it is very handy. Lots of cool stuff on here, John the Ripper stuff there if you're into that kind of stuff. Nmap, which is probably worth a read, and hping. Hping, there's loads of good examples here, so take your time, have a look at that. It's really helpful, nice and clear, concise, really well put together. So I suggest you take a look at those two websites, and it should give you pretty much a comprehensive understanding of hping, hopefully. So I'm going to show you hping in action now. This is Backtrack 4, like I say, so Linux distribution. So just to prove a point, what we'll do first is we'll ping Microsoft to show that they do not obviously respond to the ICMP. So we're trying to ping them now. As you can see, they're not responding. 6 packets transmitted, 0 received, 100% packet loss. Okay, now Microsoft.com is up, as it usually is. Oops. Okay. So this is hping, command line utility, very easy to use. The S switch, which I just put in there, actually stands for SYN. So that's the SYN packet, which is the first part of a TCP three-way handshake. And therefore very unlikely to be blocked. I think Nmap, for instance, uses SYN packets to scan large. You can scan large networks with it because it's unintrusive, and you wouldn't ever block it really. So choose the port, which is port 80, because obviously Microsoft.com runs a web server. So as you can see now, unlike before, we're able to actually ping Microsoft. You can see my round trip time there. At the end is a little bit high possibly, but I'm not sure why that is. 8 packets sent, 8 packets received, 0% packet loss. Just like normal ICMP ping results, you get the latency results down there as well, to give you an idea of the how it's performing. Okay, so we probably do have time to show you a quick trace route as well. It's pretty much exactly the same. So the SYN packet, the host, we're just using Microsoft as an example because we know that they block ICMP traffic. Now if you're not sure which port to use, usually if it's a web server you just use port 80, but if it's a gaming server for instance, you might want to use Nmap first to just ascertain which ports are open. Or if you're playing a game you probably know which ports the game actually requires anyway. So to do a traceroute, all we do is add the traceroute switch on the end here, which is minus uppercase T. I think we can stick a 3 on. We'll probably do that without a 3 of it. And now what we'll see is all the hops between my router, which is this one here, and that ends in .254, all the way through hopefully to Microsoft.com. Now if it does get stuck on a hop, and it sometimes does, we just press Control and Z, or Z if you're American. It looks to be stuck on a hop 19, so just Control Z. It was the last hop actually, so yeah, so we can see all the hops between Microsoft and my router, and we'll be able to test each one for latency if we needed to. So in a network support kind of role, very useful, fantastic little thing to use. Yeah, so if you do have any questions, feel free to leave any comments. This tool can do a lot more than what I'm showing you here. In fact, if I quickly show you. Oops. I'm not going to edit this out, it is my first video actually, so. But as you can see, we have lots and lots of options. Lots of different things to use. You can craft different types, ICMP, UDP, raw IP packets. You can spoof the source address of the packets if you're particularly paranoid or you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, and so on and so on. Pretty much anything you'll find in an IP packet you'll be able to configure and play around with in here. It's a fantastic little tool. Give it a try. If you're working in the industry, you should be probably using it. Yeah, or if you're a gamer and you need to check latency. So yes, great little tool. Any questions, feel free to drop us a comment or give us a shout. Thanks, bye.